Hello, folks. I'm Joe Duffy, CEO of OffshoreInsiders.com, the top sports handicapping website on the entire internet, OffshoreInsiders.com. All right, on this video, I want to talk about the conference tournaments in March Madness and some of the biggest mistakes that the Joey Bag of Donut makes, the difference between the square player and the sharp player. And without any question, the single biggest mistake that people make when it comes to neutral games, and this applies very much in the college football bowls, but in the conference tournaments and in the NCAA tournament, is where the square player thinks that a neutral game is a road game. Absolutely, positively not. Now, let there be no doubt when it comes to all facets of handicapping, every single sport, we use the home-road dichotomy or the home-road splits as much as anybody. But a neutral game is not a road game for both teams. In fact, that was actually addressed in a recent broadcast. I was watching Brent Musburger and Bobby Knight, one of those games. I don't even remember which game it was, but even Bobby Knight was saying that he felt that home court advantage really buoyed the home team more than it was a distraction or rattled the road team. So home court is just that, or a road game, I should say, is just that, playing on someone else's home court. So when looking over the season-to-date statistics, do not weigh a team's road play any heavier than you would their home play. A neutral game is just that. We say use the dictionary as a handicapping tool. Now, conversely, all neutral games are not equal. We do like to take a look at the propinquity to a location for certain schools. For example, Miami is obviously always going to be at a disadvantage when they're playing in the Big East tournament, where St. John's will be at an advantage because they're able to bring a lot more fans to the game. A lot of times when the Atlantic 10 is played in Philadelphia, we know that with the Big West is played in Las Vegas. So I'm not saying that it is a true neutral game for all teams involved. We do take a look at that, and in some cases we will weigh it where we realize it's not a true neutral game, such as the examples that we gave you. Another one of those real big mistakes that people like to make in March is they say, I want to go with the senior-laden teams. Experience is very overrated. I will take talent 365 days a year, 366 in leap year. In fact, the one and only exception, we actually like to go with bad senior-laden teams, a big underdog where it looks like there's a very good chance that a couple of the starters will be playing in their last collegiate game ever, and I know with the CBI tournament, now virtually everybody makes some type of postseason tournament, but we haven't really found that that's ruined this angle over the years. When you have a really bad team that has quite a few seniors, and they are an underdog for the most part. They're going to fight till the end. No player wants to go out in his last game ever as a collegiate, wants to get blown off of the court. So that is the one and only example in which we will go with the senior-laden teams. And as we said, talent is so much more important. Now, one thing that is true, it's a common belief, and it actually is true, is that depth is much more important this time of the year than it is any other time of the year. We think depth is overrated for the most part during the regular season, but now teams are playing back-to-back situations, and in some cases as many as 5 straight games. A lot of these teams, if they're going to go to the conference championship, will be playing 4 straight games. That is when we most study the box scores of the night before. There's a team that played, right till the end, and their starters, their top players, played 38, 37 minutes. We'll mark that up as a possible fade situation. Of course, we got to look at their opponent's box score as well. And in that same vein, obviously, teams that get buys and they're playing a team and that is playing in back-to-back situations, that's where truly being a much more rested team is a lot more important. And even in the Big East, you have the double buy situations. But again, most March Madness beliefs, they are frankly handicapping myths. That's why the sports books continue to stay in business, but there is a big gap between the sharp player and the square player in March as much as any other time of the year. Now, you want the best selections from the best professional sports handicappers? offshoreinsiders.com. Even if you handicap on your own, we've got the latest odds. We have tremendous free databases where you can handicap games on your own. Check out the article section. We have fantastic news and notes that you're going to love throughout March Madness. All that and more, www.offshoreinsiders.com.